Hello again. Just right now, I ended up doing something I haven't done in ages. I went back to the original Saighdear forums, which are off-site. These aren't the secondary forums. These are the main forums, which, from what I can tell, because I never wrote down the exact date, but we ended up closing these forums down around November 2012. Yes, that's right. November 2012. So we shut these down a bit over a year ago. We stopped using them. And I'm reading through them, and oh my gosh, the nostalgia of it all. So if you don't know, the Saighdear knighthood is now English knighthood. No, not really. It's still not sworn to England, and it never will be, thankfully. But now it is based in England. Originally, it was a Scottish knighthood that was founded by my first character, Terence, a guy I'm still working with. I've known him since I started playing, Gray Douglas, and somebody who sadly quit the game, Kirsty. We were the three original founders. It's become very different. I can't complain about what it is. I still find it interesting as a player. But I'm reading through it, and like I don't know what to say. But I really don't know what I should be saying about this, but I'm looking through that. Like, okay, so we were founded and we've become so different. In fact, now Rothgar has even threatened to report me for harassment last time I sent him a letter. Like, we are on complete opposite sides, our characters. David is this, well-intentioned extremist, and Rothgar is now this, he's the fucking king of England. And now I'm looking back through all these threads when our characters used to get along, and it's hilarious. Like, when Halo 4 was released, because most of the stuff in this forum is out of character, what did I post? I need to bring this up. It's brilliant. A fake resignation is the title of this forum post I made, and then I said, I regret to inform the good men and women of the Saighdear Order that I am resigning, so I may fight the Covenant and Forerunners as well as kill my friend Eric in games of Free-for-All Slayer. It was a pleasure to serve, but I must accept my duties as Sierra 117, the last surviving Spartan. Over and out, SR-15 Visitable Word. And then fucking Daniel, who a few of you may know, he was originally a Saighdear. He said, "You're not the Master Chief, you don't even have a gun." And then Rothgar's complaining, like, "Man, you made me think you were resigning." And I'm just reading this, and the Saighdear Order used to be so fun to be a part of, like fucking Daniel. Sorry for my cursing, by the way. My dogs are playing in the background, I hope you can still hear me clearly. But Daniel, if you don't know him, he's a bit of a troll character, maybe, I'm not sure. But he made his account name for the Saighdear forums Ovaltine, which is a hot chocolate mix. And in a few threads, he was RPing his hot chocolate mix. Like, we used to have so many good times. And now I'm just looking back at what the Saighdears were when I resigned, and we just got so serious and anal, and it sucked. And the thing that I noticed with RK when I started reading this is Renaissance Kingdoms is being taken way too seriously now. It's not a matter of people don't care about RP, or people are just not good at separating RL and RK, because looking at this, we didn't think about out of character and in character. Everything we posted in this forum was a blend of both. But we were all really enjoying ourselves. We had so much fun. There were so many jokes that we were telling. And it's just... I don't know what to say. Where is it? One second. Ranks and organization, I think was the thread. Me and one of our first topics on this forum was how we should organize ourselves, and me and Rothgar, I was always complaining about the amount of times we had to rewrite the Saighdear Charter. I think we wrote it 3 times, maybe more, and hell, I bet since I left it's been rewritten another time. So it's been rewritten probably 4 times, definitely 3. Hell, it could be 5 or 6, I don't know. but we rewrote it a lot, and I was always complaining to Rothgar. He's like, we need to tweak these things, and I was like, man, it's just the fucking charter. It's okay if we don't follow a few things. We should focus on practicality. And like when we started having these conversations, these verbal debates about editing the charter, when I was playing as David, not even a bit of when I was playing as Terrence, it was really serious, and was a lot of cursing and butting heads. I look back at when we were originally starting these discussions, when we were talking about the first charter reform, we were really civil and we were joking about each other's points. It was just... And there's a lot of things that I find interesting, and I think the environment in our case, in a way in which people are taking it too seriously. I understand people want to do serious roleplay a lot of the time. My roleplay with David is very, very serious. I can't really joke about it. He's a very depressing character, and it's hard to joke. But I still throw in, a bit of comic relief here and there. But when I'm talking to people... in the taverns or whatever, whether they're my character's enemies or not, it's all good fun. Like, there was this one really crazy person. This character is one of the people that takes themselves way too seriously and thinks they're all powerful. And she was complaining about David being such a loudmouth, and she's like, "Oh, this is a good impression." English isn't her first language, so I'm not making fun of her for that. This is just sort of how she talked. Sorry, it's just okay. She was basically saying, "David, you're a loudmouth. Nobody likes you. Shut up." And then I responded with, "Does this mean we're breaking up?" And that's how I deal with people, and I don't do it in a mocking way. I don't try that. When I wrote that, I was writing it as a joke, as in, oh my, yeah, so, and I try to lighten things up that way. And people, one of my friends who was in the tavern with me, who I also had on Skype, said, "Man, you're one of the few people that knows how to deal with crazy people," and that was fun. And then there's one thing I noticed, which doesn't bother me as a player, but I find interesting nonetheless. Actually, it does bother me, because it's about Rothgar, who I was friends with him out of character, but I communicated with him out of character, and he was fun to talk to. I used to be rather in touch with him, and then after I left the Saighdears, we just fell out of touch. But the thing, I noticed something about his character, and I'm going to avoid the player behind Rothgar, going to avoid that topic. Anyways, I noticed something about the character, which is weird. He used to be really, when he originally joined the Saighdears, actually, let me give a bit of background as to what the Saighdears originally were. I left the Black Watch. No, I didn't. Fuck, how did it happen? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, I was in the Black Watch, the army of Clan Campbell, and they weren't doing anything, so I said to Rothgar, "Hey, do you have any work for me?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm currently leading the Royal Scottish Guard, King Wallace's guard." And I said, "Oh, can I join?" And he said, "Yeah." So I started working beside Rothgar, and we were originally both Centurions in the Octavian Legion, I believe. I could go on the forums and double check, but I'm not going to right now because I already have Saighdear forums open, and I'm too lazy, actually. Anyways, we were both Centurions from what I can remember, and so we worked together before, and so I started working together with him again. Then Wallace quits the game. And then we decide we need to do something. Let's create an army to invade Ireland and destroy the Celtic Alliance. That was originally our goal. And then I decided to create the Saighdears. And he didn't join right off the bat, but he did. And he said, "Don't make me a knight right away. I want to be at the bottom and work my way at the top and lead by example. I want to show people how to become a good knight." And that was originally the plan. And then, that sort of happened. And then my character was the leader, and then he said, "Okay, let's lead as equals, because you trust me, I trust you, we're both equals, and we're both on opposite ends of the world, so we can't have one leader. Let's both lead equally. Neither of us will be above the other." And we did that, and it worked brilliantly. It was great. Our numbers weren't perfect. We had troubles recruiting and explaining what we were to people, but we functioned very smoothly. Then eventually he said this. He said, "Hey, can I lead completely, because I'm doing most of the work?" And then I said, "Yeah," because he was doing most of the work at the time. When I say I mean my character, by the way. It's just saying my character is a bit boring. Not boring, it just sounds stupid. Anyways, and then he led perfectly. He was amazing. Under his leadership, we became a stronger order. And my character David denies this. He pretends that when Hrothgar started leading, the order became shit. That is a lie. That is a lie. The order was good under Hrothgar, but eventually he started taking himself too seriously, and this was when he started dealing with an alliance called the Resistance. I don't know anything about them because he started dealing with this alliance, and he never told anything about what was going on with them. He kept all the diplomacy secret. Maybe he told the people in his own chapter, the Sussex chapter. I never heard anything. That was supposed to be his second in command. So I don't know, but he started doing that, and his character became a bit more serious, and he started ruling with an iron fist, and the Saighdear were still going strong, but my character disagreed with it. People like firm leaders, my character didn't. And then he became the King of England, and I was looking back on this when I started reading through the forums, and the character of Hrothgar has gone through such a brilliant transition. Now, my character fucking hates it. My character says, Hrothgar, you are a piece of shit, and I hope you roast in hell. But me looking at this, the player behind Hrothgar has done one of the most brilliant character developments I've seen. I wish I could do something like this. This is really just a rant. But I just want to say, I'm not gonna be taking Arcade nearly as seriously looking back at this. I'm gonna try to be a much more lighthearted player. And I never really read much of Hrothgar's RP, but looking at his character's development, the player is smart. The player knows how to write a realistic character, which surprised me. I always thought he couldn't separate RK and RL that well, but clearly I'm mistaken. Like, yeah, kudos to him. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Have a good one.